Hey, seventh grade. So our learning target today is I can find the slope of a line. We should be on page 5. Everybody should be on page 5. So the first question here is really what is slope? So what is slope? Slope is measured, a lot of times when you think of elementary slope, type things, you think of ski slopes, which is a great way to think about it, how steep something is. And the way you would eyeball it or analyze it in elementary school is you would say, well, there's the bunny hill, not very scary. There's a little bit steeper hill, there's a little bit steeper hill, and you make a decision of how scary the hill is, what your skill level is, and do you want to ski down it. When we get to seventh grade, we start talking about slope in terms of a number or a measurement of the slope. So we're still going to go ahead and look at it and say, is it scary? Is it a bunny hill? Is it steep? But we actually give it a numerical value. And so we're really looking for the rate of change between any 2 points on a line. So how much something changes. It is the measurement of the steepness. Like I said, the same thing as how scary does that look? That's the same thing that we're doing, but it's a measurement that we're using, measuring how scary it really is. So we're going to measure slope using this formula. The slope is measured by the change in the y divided by the change in the x. And I can see that this is a little bit hard to read, possibly. So there's our division sign. So we're really going to talk about this idea of up and down on top. Up is positive, down is negative. The way I say that is up and down on top. And I say left and right on bottom. So I will say those expressions over and over again. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. And I did get these kind of flipped, so I might actually, for the sake of this learning right now, I might actually move these signs just so you get kind of the hang of that. So just give me a second to move that sign if it will let me move it. There we go. Whoops, wrong sign there. Having a hard time moving these. So we have up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So I'm actually going to delete this and rephrase what I just wrote here. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. And now when I'm saying these things, what I'm really talking about is division is happening. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So you're going to kind of say that to yourself as well. So we have this idea of slope man over here. If something has an increasing slope from left to right, we're going to go ahead and say that the slope is going to be positive. We're going to learn that in our work today. If the slope is decreasing or going down, we're going to say that the slope is negative. If the slope goes straight up and down, that becomes what's called undefined. So we're going to go ahead and say that this is undefined. And students in the past kind of came up with this idea of that it's undefined. Now, it became quite a controversy in my class because undead means really that you're alive. But they said that was helpful for them to think of it as dead, that you would die. So if you were to ski down this hill, you would die you're going to die find. Undead find. Slope is impossible, you're going to die. The answer is not impossible. The answer is actually the word undefined. We'll hit that in the lesson today, but I want to make sure you understand that you have to write the answer undefined. When you have a slope that's straight up and down like this, you would not be able to ski down that. The answer is undefined. And the last one is a slope of, it's not very scary at all. Not scary, you could do it, cross-country skiing, so here it is. Flat line, not scary, has a slope of 0. So there is Mr. Slope Guy. Positive, negative, undefined, and 0. So we're going to talk this little analogy that I like to teach. Here's the way it works. Find the slope. Well, when we define the slope of these to this line, we have 2 hotel rooms. I want you to think of this as a hotel, and that your hotel room always is on the left. Always the left. So you go to your hotel room, you check in, you drop your stuff off. After you drop your stuff off and you go to the hotel room, so you're going with your hockey team, softball team, whatever, you're going to go to your hotel room, you got to help your parents up, drop your stuff off in your hotel room, your room is on the left. So this is going to be my hotel room. I immediately want to go see where my best friend's hotel room is. So I go to my room, drop my stuff off, and I find out that my best friend is staying in this hotel room here. My policy or my rule to measure slope is called rise divided by run. Ms. Volkman twists that a little bit, and I say up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So there's our movement there. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So we're going to do all up and down movements first on the top. There's my hotel room, drop my stuff off. I want to go visit my friend's hotel room. To get to their hotel room, I'm going to go up 2, up +2. Up the elevator, I'm going to get off the elevator. I'm super excited to see my best friend. I'm going to go over to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th door. Friend is staying 5 doors to the right. Slope then of that line is measured 2 over 5. Make sure we go lowest terms. We are not going to put it in decimal form. We're going to leave it as a fraction. That's the slope of that line. That's example 1. In example 2 now, we don't have any data points marked here on this graph, but there are many to choose from. We're looking for nice places where the hotel rooms could be. You can't sleep in the hallway at the hotel. You have to sleep in a room, so you have to sleep in one of these nice little corners. Any of those work. Now, we really only care for slope about 2 data points, your room and best friend's room. Now, in this particular example, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My entire team is staying at the hotel, 10 hotel rooms reserved. I only care about 2. Your hotel room is going to be furthest to the left, so this is going to be mine. Any of the other hotel rooms there can be your best friend's. I'm going to say my best friend is staying in this room right here. I'm going to ignore the rest of the hotel rooms. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to ignore the rest of the hotel rooms. So I'm going to ignore all of my other teammates for right now because I just want to go see my best friend. So for this example, I'm going to choose this to be my hotel room. Now you could have chosen any of them and you would have gotten the same answer, but we measure slope by rise, divide by run. And the way we think about it is up and down on top, left and right on bottom, up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So we have a positive, negative, negative, positive. As I measure the slope of this line, we talked about that my friend's hotel room, this is my hotel room, this is my friend's hotel room. I go to my hotel room, I drop all my stuff off. To get to my friend's hotel room, my movement is going to be down 1, 2, 3. I'm going down 3, so my rise is down, so my rise is -3. I'm going to get off the elevator. I'm going to have to erase this stuff because it's in the way, so I'm going to erase this stuff here. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get off the elevator and I'm going to run 1, 2, 3. So I went down 3 for my rise, get off the elevator, run 3. In lowest terms, -3 divided by +3 is -1. Slope of that line is -1. Okay, 7th grade. So we're moving on to this next example of you try. We're going to actually do this one together. So for this, we cannot sleep in the hallway. We have to sleep in a nice corner, a nice hotel room. So as I'm scanning through the line, I'm looking to see if any nice hotel rooms. Everything else is in the hallway. That one's looking good. And I'm scanning, scanning, scanning. That one's looking good. I don't think any of the other places would be acceptable by the hotel to stay in. You cannot sleep in the hallway. So furthest to the left is my hotel room. This is my hotel room. This is my best friend's hotel room. So we have this idea of rise divided by run. So we have up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. My hotel room is furthest to the left always. So as I find the slope of this line, I'm going to go ahead and do my up and down movements first because that goes on top. So up and down is going to go on top, left and right is going to go on the bottom. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. I went down, so it's -3. I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a slope of -3 over 4, lowest term. So my slope in this problem is -3 over 4. Okay, 7th grade, over here then. My hotel room is on the furthest to the left. My best friend's hotel room is here. Our movement is called rise divided by run. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So we're gonna go ahead and drop my stuff off in my hotel room. Super excited to go see my best friend. So I'm gonna rise, 1, 2, 3. It's an upward movement, so I'm rising 3. That's my numerator. Left and right on bottom. Get off the elevator, go over to the second door. Slope is 3/2, lowest terms. Do not give it to me as a decimal, just give it to me as a lowest terms fraction. All right, moving on to this example. Now, we talked about this example of sound through water before, but now we're going to connect it to the idea of slope. So for the idea of slope, what we need is 2 data points. So we have 3 hotel rooms. Right here at the front desk, there's a hotel room at 2/3, and there's a hotel room at 4/6. Now, I prefer not to sleep at the front desk. So I'm going to say I'm not going to sleep at that room. But I'm going to sleep in this room right here. My hotel room's on the left. My best friend's hotel room's on the right. So we measure slope by rise, divide by run. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. I'm going to drop all my stuff off at the hotel room. I'm going to go find my friend's room. We're going to rise, 1, 2, 3. Get off the elevator. I'm going to run, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope becomes +3 rise over 4. 3/4. Rise is 3/4. Make sure you have that mapped out. If I'm going too fast, you need to pause the video. If you have a sub today, you need to ask them to slow down or stop the video so you can catch up. So we know that this is my hotel room, and this is my best friend's hotel room. We already measured the slope. It's measured by 3/4. So now the next question is, what does the 0.23 represent? 2, 3. So if we identify the 0.23, here's the 2, drag it down. 2 what? 2 seconds. 3 what? 3 kilometers. You maybe remember doing that in the last lesson, but 2 seconds, 3 kilometers. So we've answered the question of what 2, 3 represents. So now it says how many kilometers are there in 12 seconds. But we're going to use the idea of what we just learned how to do, which is to make a t-table. Seconds and kilometers, or just an organization of the two. We have 2 seconds. We have 3 kilometers. How much would it be in 12 seconds? 12 seconds is how many kilometers? So you can use some mental math here to solve. You might recognize that if you multiply down here, you can multiply by 6, which means you can multiply this by 6, which gives you 18 kilometers. Maybe you calculated a unit rate. Maybe you did lots of things. But any way you slice it, you need to come up with that 12 seconds. 12 seconds is 18 kilometers. So 12 seconds is 18 kilometers. Okay, 7th grade, meet me on the top of page 6. Top of page 6. On the top of page 6 now, we're going to find the slope of these items here. So I'm going to do page 6 with you. We're going to do that same idea of slope, rise, and run. So page 6, these are the 2 hotel rooms that are marked. My hotel room, best friend's hotel room. Now, the formula that we use to measure slope is rise, divide by run. Up and down on top, left and right and bottom. Up, positive, down, negative. I go to my hotel room, drop my stuff off. Gotta always help carry stuff from the car to the hotel room. Super excited to go see my best friend, so the up and down movement goes on top. I go up, +2, up 2 floors on the elevator. I get off the elevator, go find my friend's room that's over 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3. Slope should be 2/3 in example number 1. In example number 2, sorry if I'm going too fast, pause it if you need to. Example number 2, my hotel room is always on the left. BFF hotel room is always on the right. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. The up and down movement. So to go from my friend's hotel room, or to my hotel room to my friend's hotel room, I don't go up or down at all, which means we are staying on the same floor. I don't need to do the elevator at all. 0 up and down movement. But then I'm going to go over 2 doors. Friend's staying over 2 doors. 0 divided by 2 gives me a slope of 0. If we think back to slope, man, positive, negative, undefined, and 0, that this would have a 0 slope. It's not scary. Could you ski? Yes. Cross-country ski, not scary at all. Example number 3. In example number 3, we have 3 hotel rooms indicated. You only need 2 for it to find slope. We only need your room and the best friend's room. So I'm going to use the furthest one on the left for my room. I'm going to use this for my best friend's room. And we're not really worried about that room at this time. So we have a measurement of slope of up and down on top, left and right on bottom. As I measure the slope then, I put all my stuff away, I go down 2 floors. So we go down 2, we get off the elevator and we go over 2. Down 2, over 2, down 2, right 2. You can put a little plus sign there if you want because you're going to the right. Most people don't put a sign in front of a positive number, but you can if it helps you. You have a triangle problem happening here. -2 divided by +2 is a -1. So our slope on this problem is -1. Moving on to example number 4. Example number 4. So we have these 2 hotel rooms marked. My room is on the left, best friend's room is on the right. Okay, so up and down on top, left and right on bottom. My room is on left, best friend's hotel room is on right. Dilemma. Which hotel room is on the left? Neither. So immediately you should be thinking, wait a minute, something's going wrong with this problem because we very clearly decided that my hotel room is always on the left. This is a situation where it becomes a undefined situation because you would die if you were to fall down this. You cannot ski down this hill. It should be a red flag to you to say, wait a minute, I cannot do that. It would be impossible. Answer is undefined because my hotel room is not on the left in this problem. Therefore, there's something wrong with it. Undefined is your answer to number 4. It's impossible you would die if you fell down the hill. Number 5, hotel room, my hotel room, best friend's hotel room. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So we're going to go get on the elevator, or we're going to go drop my stuff off in my hotel room. Super excited to go see my best friend, so we're going to do the up and down movement first. We're going to go down 2. Down is a negative movement, so down 2. Get off the elevator and run. 1, 2, 3. Slope is -2 over 3. Okay, so, yeah, well, let's finish this page. Number 6. Number 6, my hotel room's on the left. Best friend's hotel room's on the right. My hotel room's on the left. Best friend's hotel room is on the right. So we are going to go ahead and say we have up and down on top, left and right on bottom. We're going to rise 1, 2, 3, 4. Rises 4. We're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run 5. So you should be rising up 4, count it out, and running 5. Rise 4, run 5. Lowest terms. Do not put in terms of a decimal. Rises 4, running 5. There's my slope. 4 over 5. Number 7, looking for the slope. My hotel room is always on the left. Best friend's hotel room is always on the right. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Now some of you may be saying, wait a minute, that is a 0 slope for sure. Thinking of slope man, positive, negative, undefined, 0. Not scary at all. This line is not scary at all, but you still can measure it using the formula. Up and down on top. We are actually staying in the same floor. No up or down movement happening here in this problem. Don't even need the elevator, but I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rooms to the right. 0 divided by 4 gives me a slope of 0. Answer is 0. And this problem here. Number 8. 4 hotel rooms that are marked. I only need 2. So I'm going to take this as my hotel room. This is my BFF's hotel room. And I'm going to ignore these 2. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. So we're going to go up 1 floor, positive 1, going up 1 floor. Get off the elevator, we're going to run 1. So we have 1 over 1, 1 over 1, up 1, right 1. 1 divided by 1 gives me a slope of 1. So your slope or your measurement should be 1. And number 9. For number 9, my hotel room, friend's hotel room, or wait, which hotel room's on the left? Because my hotel room is always on the left. Dilemma is I don't have a hotel room on the left. You should be thinking, wait a minute, something is wrong with this problem. This is undefined. You could not ski down this hill. It is impossible. Undead find or undefined. Impossible event. So for your summaries today, you're thinking of up and down on top, left and right on bottom, with the signs that go with it. This is positive and negative. This is negative and positive. So up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Up and down on top, left and right on bottom. Your job is to complete page 7, page 8, and page 9 for today, unless you hear otherwise from the teacher that's subbing. 7, 8, and 9 for today. Have a fabulous day, 7th grade.